gonna be you.
So most podcasts actually fail because people don't even make it to like the second episode. But we have actually made it to episode number 3, which is a massive result. Welcome to Giggles and Gains. This is my first guest, Aquinn.
Hello.
I am absolutely buzzing to have her here. The story behind Aquinn coming onto the pod is actually quite a funny one because she messaged me and was like, hey, I'm going to start a podcast. Would you like to come on my pod? And I was like, yes, but I'm about to film my first episode on Friday. So would you come on mine?
Yeah.
So here we are.
Here we are.
But yeah, so I'm not even going to lie because I'm a wing it kind of gal. So I have not got any questions apart from my guest questions for Aquinn. And yeah, I'm just literally really looking forward to having a chat.
Let's go for it. It's better to go for a normal chat anyway, so I'm ready.
I would like you to introduce yourself to the listeners / viewers, please.
Okay, so my name's Aquinn, and yeah, so I've been doing powerlifting for about, I would say, it's hitting 3 years now. How should I say, what area I live in, or?
Go for it.
So I'm from London, but I moved to Luton. Now I'm in Bedford. And yeah, I'm part of the IPF.
What does the IPF mean for those who don't know?
The
non-controversial
I
version.
know. And let me not say it wrong because I don't want people to come for me. International Powerlifting Federation. I really, really hope that is it.
I definitely think you got that right.
But yeah, International Powerlifting Federation. And yeah, so I've been powerlifting since I actually moved to Luton. I didn't even know about the sport. And I think that's the beauty of it anyway, because you don't know about something and then now you're really into it. And I do love powerlifting. So yeah, here I am.
So a lot of the people who will follow me won't even have a bloody clue what the IPF stands for or what it means. So in terms of powerlifting, there's like 2 types.
Yeah.
You've got your untested and then you've got your tested. So not that we're going to go like Natty Brigade right now, but we might be.
Yeah.
So Aquinn and I are both tested.
Oh,
I said that right.
Are you powerlift? Are you IPF?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're joking.
Yeah.
You're joking, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
She
I don't know
thought
why.
I was on
thought you were
gigs, I'm
like
so strong.
no. I thought you were like I know there's like several other federations. I know that there's like a lot of
Yeah.
federations other than IPF, and they do tested and untested. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I did like ABPU comp, maybe like first year I competed, but only one, and then ever since I've been
How long
IPF.
have you been in powerlifting for?
For coming on to 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you got into PT.
No.
Was it PT first, then powerlifting?
PT first,
Oh, okay.
then powerlifting, training for 15.
Okay.
Literally 15 years. Oh God, she's coming for me with her claws. Anyway, what were you doing before you were powerlifting? So have you always been training?
Okay, so before powerlifting, I was a gym bae. Okay, so gym bae, as in I was just going to the gym, training normally. I would say before that, if we're starting from the before that, I was into athletics, 100-meter sprinter.
Really?
I love sprinting. Sprinting with the guys, racing girls, all of that. And then I went into uni, and then I started going to the gym. But you see, the thing about when I started going gym now is I was only going for aesthetics.
Yeah.
So it was only like, I wanted some booty meat on there, some arms, just a bit of something. Did that for a couple of years, very much on and off. I was very on and off. And then actually, when COVID came about, obviously, the gyms were closed for a bit. I think in that moment, because I couldn't go to the gym, when gyms started opening again, I've never stopped. So since then, I've been very consistent since. So it's been, my gym journey has been very up and down, but I would say since I've been powerlifting, it's been very consistent.
And what made you switch from athletics to the gym?
Athletics was very much, you go into school, you end up figuring out that you're fast, and then you join that athletics team. Literally,
You're like, I'm fast, I could win here.
Yeah,
so let's go
literally,
for that.
that's all it was. And then I was part of, like, you know, the team. Shout out to Miss Charles, if you're watching this, if you ever watch this. She was a very, very good teacher. So I was doing that for a few years, and then I did it in sixth form as well. And then after, when you go into uni, there's no more school races or competitions to do, you know.
You're either going to go serious or you're not.
Or not. So went into uni, and then from uni, I would say I started eating a lot. You know, the healthy living was out of the window. And then you're looking at yourself from how you looked in school to how you look now, and you're thinking, let me start attending the gym. I'm still going to be physical there. That's how I got into the gym. So from being in the gym, I guess I was already doing squat, bench and deadlift, the lifts of powerlifting. But then I went into powerlifting once I got into Luton professionally.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions now that are like, because they're going to link into all of the things that we're talking about. I'm going to ask you the questions that are coming in from the people who listen. And then we're going to like pick loads of these different subjects apart. But I want to ask the questions now, because otherwise you're going to answer them when we're talking. Then I'm going to end up repeat asking you.
Yeah.
Okay, so first one was, what got you into powerlifting?
Okay. Started attending LMS, Luton Most Strongest. That's the first gym I would say I started attending. Should I say seriously? Scrap that. Was going to the gym group.
I love the gym group.
Yeah, you know how gym group is. Was going to the gym group, and then my partner, my fiance, he was training at a gym that's LMS. Cool. As I said, was gymming, doing my thing, and then I started telling that gym once every Monday. That gym's a very hardcore gym. They've got heavy weights, metal plates, very much give it all you've got.
Yeah.
So then it must have been a squat. A day was squatting. Mondays I squat. And then I did a squat there. And then somebody then said to me, actually, I think you're pretty all right. It was just a 120 squat. No offense, but it was just a 120 squat.
That's what I did today.
And since then, I then attended my first powerlifting competition. And you know, the beauty of it, and this is why I want to stay and I want to grow, is because I get very, I can get very anxious. I can get very nervous. And I think a lot of people find that surprising. But when I was invited to the competition, I ended up attending straight away, which was on the weekend. And then from there, I really loved how the competition was, the competition feel. Mind you, I've been doing this from before with athletics and the other sports. So went in, shout out to Snush Performance, first competition, loved it. So since then, when I went to the gym, I was now training as a powerlifter.
For sure.
For sure.
LMS, is that the garagey gym? Yeah, I see that on your Instagram.
You see that?
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
Yeah, that's LMS there.
Oh, hello. So talk to me about anxiety, and talk to me about like that, managing that relationship with being like anxious on competition day, and actually the reason why it happens and how you overcome it.
Katie, you're sending for me today. That's actually a really, really good question, because I've got to let some stuff off my chest. Okay?
Come on then, let's hear it.
So, you get anxious as always. Everybody can be anxious with a competition or whatever. I think for me, how would I say this? An example, my previous competition, I recently did Arnold's. And I'll use that as an example because now that I'm back into training, I've now started to understand myself more as a lifter. Okay. Being overly anxious messes things up. And for Arnold's, because if you don't know about, you know about Arnold's, yeah? Very, very big stage to be on. I've now come to understand, now that it's been a few weeks after, I've settled in, that it's okay to be anxious, but being overly anxious messes things up. I went through weight loss, being overly anxious. I lost too much weight. I remember on the morning of comp trying to have normal breakfast. Now I'm 84 plus, I'm not capped. I couldn't even eat. So then I'm now comparing that to a previous competition when I first started. I was anxious, but I was excited. I was anxious, but, it was like the fear didn't take over so much. It was like, I just want to be on platform. I just want to lift that. It's a big difference.
What do you think, like, what do you think actually took over then? Because that's the fine line, isn't it? Like the line with anxiety and pushing yourself out of the comfort zone is you want to be just far enough out of the comfort zone so you're like, oh, this is a bit uncomfortable, but I'm getting growth. To that point where like, I don't enjoy this anymore. And would you then say that like your competition at the Arnold versus that 120, that first competition that you did, what was more enjoyable?
Oh, you come with the questions. What was more enjoyable? Do you know what? Both were the same. Both, because I love the sport, I feel the same way. I'm going to go do a competition. Now, what was more enjoyable, obviously, was the first one because you're new to it. You don't know much about what's going on. You're just doing your thing. There's not much fear taking over. So I would say, the first comp was much enjoyable. The second one, what the difference between the two was confidence. I think confidence and the unknown is different because I didn't know what to expect. So you go in, you're like, I'm just going to do what I do, give it all. And the second one, I've had like, I think I have like 5 comps under my belt. So it's like, I'm very, very aware of what I can and can't do, where I slip in my lifts and where I don't. And I'm taking that all in with me to Arnold's. And then on top of that, I'm weighing extra light. It was a...
So you don't think you were as confident into going into the Arnold's? And why? So anxiety comes from being out of control, So what did you feel more out of control with going into the Arnold's? Just a really whistle-stop tour. The Arnold's is like, what is it? The equivalent of like a body power type thing.
Yeah.
So body power in like the fitness world is like a fitness festival.
Yeah.
So it's like you get the strongman there, you get the powerlifters there, you get all of the like pro athletes come across, all the influencers come across, Gymshark's there, like your big Jay Cutler's there back in the day, like all of that sort of thing. And then Aquinn's lifted at that competition. So it's actually like you get invited, it's a really prestigious event. What do you think you felt unconfident about? Because there was so much stress there. What was that stress?
Home turf. This is my second at Arnold's being my second international competition. The first one was in Iceland, and even comparing the two, the first one, I don't know no one there. If I don't do well, it's like, see everyone, bye bye. I'm going home. But here, it's on your home turf. Also, I had my parents come through. I don't know. I think the eyes. I don't know. It's like, it's like my next door neighbours watching me. I don't know. It just felt very much intimate. The people that are watching are intimate. I don't know. It's just, I have no clue, but I just know that Arnold's, I just felt much more pressure compared to...
What was your expectation of yourself?
Ooh.
Because it's down to expectation, isn't it?
Expectation.
You put more pressure on yourself because you expected yourself to perform better because there was the pressure of all the people you care about to watch.
Yeah,
what did you expect of yourself?
What, for the competition?
Yeah.
I expected a better total.
Okay. What total did you get?
I got 570, which, people say, it's very, very good because, you've PB'd from my last comp and, you're still... But, I am very competitive. I am a competitive person, and I know I can do better. That's just that, and that's just based on the fact that I do better in the gym. I'm comfortable in the gym, and then you come out and you've got. I'll tell you something funny. So when I've had my lifts and people are recording now, so they send me the videos, and now I'm zooming in to see some stranger at the back that's like trying to cheer you on, or like, and it's like even that the eyes itself. It can make the confidence can slip out just from that being around someone you don't know. So I think that was the major thing when it comes to lifting for me.
What have you taken away from that competition that you would do differently this time?
The stage is yours. When I'm in the gym, I don't know if you've watched my story, I'll be dancing, I have my music, I'm chilled. And what's so funny about it? There's strangers in the gym anyway. They don't know me. So very, very good advice that I got was make the platform yours. Don't be coming in like you're not meant to be there. And even Arnold's as well. Someone said to me, you were chosen to go. So have that kind of,
you deserve to be there.
You deserve to be there. It's not like, exactly, you deserve to be there. And I didn't go in like that. I did not go in like that. It was more like, oh, and obviously shout out to everyone that was on that platform as well. All the ladies, they've been there for years. They're world-class ladies that were there. So, you know, little me that's just started 5 minutes ago was like, hello, you know, it was kind of like, am I meant to be here? But after sitting down, after realising, I'm finding out that, yeah, next time you step on like, yeah, I'm here because I'm here.
It's like a mindset,
It's
massive mindset
It was a
shift.
very big thing.
I had a really similar experience at my first British, probably like 2 years ago. Somebody turned around to me and said, or literally went to me, what? You made it through to the British?
You see?
And my whole prep was absolutely fucked. Literally, it was an absolute abomination.
Because it's like, who are you,
I did not believe, even though he said it, and I knew, like, so a context, like, I'm not like the most strongest person in powerlifting.
You're still doing your thing. I'll be seeing you.
No, but I'm chill with that. Like, I'm at peace with that. I'm never going to walk into a British as a lifter and platform. But I'm cool with that because I'm like, I know that I'm beating myself and I'm going to get the best total. But if I'm comparing myself to the people who are pulling 100 kilos more than me, I'm always going to be a failure.
Yeah.
But actually, if I just turn up at the competition and I can be the best version of myself on that day, like, I've done a hell of a lot of work since then. Like, I'm probably like maybe a couple of years further down the line than you because I've probably competed 12 comps.
Okay.
So like, but that moment there, what he said to me made me question my ability that I deserve to be there. Like, so to get through to a British comp, you have to hit a total standard. And I'd hit that standard. I deserve to be there. But this person made me feel so insignificant that I thought I didn't deserve to be there. And that got so into my head and ruined my whole prep and my entire competition.
Yeah.
And since then, it's like, you have to switch the narrative. Like, you've got your own personal goals.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I took away from it. It's like, you are in control of how you feel and your emotions for where you want to get to.
Yeah, and you know, I'm comparing how sprinting was to powerlifting. Both are very individual sports, but powerlifting is really much individual. It's, you know, can you lift that weight you've put on the bar, you know? Whereas, you know, with sprinting, you're running against ladies and it's the fastest of all. And plus you're running against your competitor. They're just right next door to you. So, as you said, it's just going back to you and your goals and what you believe in. And I think that's something that I'm going to take throughout any competition from now. Now I've told myself, listen, you're going in and do something big for yourself.
Yeah.
And you shine from that. I try, because it is a personal sport where you are competing against other people, I don't really watch other people like that in terms of, this other 84 lifter is lifting more than me. Or because I always think about the fact that, you know, a couple of years ago, I wasn't even bothered to go gym. I was on and off. Now I'm here. But it's just now because I think that, is it imposter syndrome? That imposter syndrome is what's taking me over. So yeah, it's just about brushing it to the side and hopefully I'll be all right.
What changed? So like, why did you then suddenly decide to be like, no, do you know what? I am going to be consistent with my training. I am going to like show up to the gym. Like, obviously I'm going to have like a lot of my clients who watch this who are going to be inconsistently going to the gym. They're like, what is motivation? Like, motivation just does not happen. You're not just going to get out of bed and be like suddenly motivated.
Yeah, definitely.
So what took you to that place where you were like, I'm not going to focus on getting my ass bigger. I'm going to focus on like actually something else. Like, what was that shift?
Okay. Now this one's a personal one. Okay. For me, it's the fact that, you know, when you keep telling yourself every day, I'll do it every day. And then, for example, your birthday's coming up and then you say, all right, 4 weeks to my birthday, let me get into the gym. Your birthday comes and you're like, oh, damn. And then it repeats the next year, or you have something else coming up. I didn't like the fact that I'd only want to look better and get better for a certain occasion, or I'd only want to feel better for a certain occasion. So that was one thing. And the annoying thing about that is because that I kept repeating stuff to myself every year, and that's annoying for me. It's like I was annoying myself. That's the first one. And then the second one was like, okay, in a couple of years from now, am I still gonna be saying the same thing? what do I have to show? That's my thing. So from that, I then started going once. Okay, you go one day, you feel good. I think for me, I kept, like, okay, I love drawing on my fridge. So I might keep a tally chart of how many days I've been. And that's what I was doing when I first started after COVID. I kept a tally chart. I'm not too sure, but I've been following this saying. It takes about, 27 days to build a habit?
Yeah.
So for me, that's a good three weeks and a bit. Stick with it for 3 weeks and a bit. And then after that, it becomes a habit. But I think most important is proving myself wrong. I'm now 27. Yeah. I've been saying I want abs and a big booty since I've been 18. Do you understand? Like, how long are you're dragging this? And so now being in the gym and doing this now my mindset's even changed. I don't really care about them things now. I just want to be strong and big now. I just want muscles on my body. I don't really mind on how it's calm. That doesn't even bother me. But I love the process and the beauty of looking at pictures from January and now it's March and I just look different because I've been consistent. So I would say you have to want it.
Oh, no, I don't.
No, wait, hold on. Is his actual thing inside my... His actual whole beauty is in my face.
He's so rude.
Uncle, can you... Uncle,
He's like, what do you want from
on?
me?
So sorry, that's funny. But yeah, so I would say you have to want it. And if you want it, methods to stick with it, like prepare methods to stick with it. So whether it's the tally chart or whether it's someone holding you accountable. I'm lucky because my partner goes gym as well. And when the days he goes and I don't want to go, I'm like, okay, let me go because, he's going. So it's just them little things that now I'm 2 years in and I've been very consistent. So,
but that is like, it starts with like that consistency of like holding yourself accountable, because you're like, I'm holding myself accountable to my tally. He can see my tallies.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, hey, Quinn,
get
your lazy ass to the gym.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so another question. Describe your relationship now with health and fitness.
My relationship now. So, referring back to Arnold's again, there was a situation where I lost too much weight. So, I think, the thing about fitness is there is kind of a lot of elements to it. Going to the gym is one thing, but then you've got to remember to eat right, or you've got to remember to fuel yourself for the gym and little bits like that. And now, as I said, I'm not that experienced, or I haven't been in the sport that long, but now I'm realizing that nutrition is important. So I've started to take eating a bit more serious. I've got a nutritionist now, and I'm enjoying the process of working out. So things have changed. I'm just enjoying it now, and even with now investing in a nutritionist, I feel a bit more serious. You know, when you have a nutritionist now, I'm looking at my chart and I'm weighing up my food. I feel serious and I feel good. Yeah. I've been training since Arnold's for about a couple of weeks now, hitting about a month, and I just feel really good.
So what changed for you with the nutrition? Because obviously, like, it isn't just, you just said it there, which is like the biggest thing I say. You're not eating just to fucking eat. You're eating because you want to fuel your sessions, exactly. You want to fuel your body. What is different about what you're eating was like previously to what it's like now, and how do you feel different?
I was having, them oat sachet packets, yeah?
30 gram ones.
I was having one.
Yeah, that's not enough.
That is
plus
not
84.
Enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. Why did someone tell me this? So then when I was talking to the nutritionist, and she was like, I was like, yeah, so, so funny. So she's like, okay, so she asked me the same question. Tell me how it's been. How have you been eating? I thought it was hard. I was like, yeah, so I have one pack of oats, and then I would make a packed lunch, and then I won't eat
ham sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. And then I won't eat till gym. And she was like, you've been doing you're doing well. She gave me a little clap, well done, but you need to fuel yourself way more. You need two, like for me, you're 84 plus. You need about 2 packets. I was talking to one of my friends. He told me he has 6 of them. I was like,
I'm like on 3, and I'm like 69, 71 today, but 69.
Exactly. Can you see that? You're even having 3 and I'm having 1. Like, you see those little things. And so I've now realized, as you said, 84 plus, and I'm taking this in and I'm realizing it. You need to fuel your body for you.
Yeah.
you go on Instagram, sometimes you see some people's meals and they got this small bit of rice, and I'm thinking, I'm like, my rice ain't really like that. I don't really make
You're
dishes.
like, save that bit for later.
For later, yeah. So I'm now understanding the difference of how I was eating then until now, and the importance of good fuel.
Yeah.
Food, so.
Okay, so I already know this question, but this is a question from one of my guys. She said that she wanted to know, like, what was your favourite, like, gym post-workout meal?
Ooh.
And why?
Okay. My favourite for after
Do you want a drink? Do you want it?
My water's there, yes, please. I was drying up.
There you go.
So thanks.
I was like, put mine next to me. Post-workout meal.
Okay. Now, you can't go wrong with fried rice and chicken
Okay.
and some plantain on the side.
Oh, plantain's my favourite.
You can't go wrong with that. But also, you can't go wrong with steak and rice with some broccoli on the side. Now, I eat pretty much like on my Monday to Friday, I eat like a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
I love my steak, my rice. As long as it's got a piece of meat in there, I'm all good. So yeah, steak and rice. Let's scrap that, steak and rice.
Okay, so like context, like one of the biggest things about like the world now, society is fucking loving like processed protein, aren't they? Like, let's be honest, like you've got your you got high protein yogurt, high protein pudding, protein shake, Like when you think about like your nutrition and making your nutrition nutritionally whole, one of the biggest things that like one of the old school bodybuilders used to say is like steak. They love it for breakfast.
Yeah.
Like steak for breakfast because you're going to get so much amino acids from that. You're going to get so much nutritional content from it.
Yeah.
And actually it's just better for you.
Yeah.
But obviously there's so much like processed proteins out there. Do you take anything like that or not?
Yeah, I feel bad you saying that. I take
She's like, I have a protein pudding.
Yeah, I feel bad now.
Grenade
Hey,
bar.
I feel bad. I take. A lot of people take this. So you know the Sky yogurt from Lidl.
Yeah.
Sky yogurt. Well, nutritionists now start taking that. So I was taking that because she suggested.
She
that.
told me to do it.
Yeah, she told me. So blame her, Lala. I'm blaming you, man. And then I take what's that drink? Also from Lidl, but it's the 30-gram Milano.
Protein ones,
Yeah. So those are the two I take. And then you have Optimum Nutrition protein powder. So yeah, those are the three processed that I take. Do you think they're bad?
No, I just think like when like if you think about like a client and I turn around to a client and I'm like, hey, can you like have some more protein? What's the first thing they go to? They go to Aldi or they go to Lidl and they're like,
because
this
has
got protein on the label.
Yeah.
And actually, like
literally.
you've just literally hit the nail on the head. Like, look at your chicken, look at your steak. Like, look at actually getting your protein from whole sources but also. You're 84 plus. You're probably getting like 3,000 calories from like decent protein sources before you're going to like substitute an extra 20 grams of a yogurt.
Right, that's right, yeah.
And like that's one of the biggest things is like make sure you look at your whole complete foods first, which is probably what your nutritionist is doing with you.
Yeah. The yogurt, I only use it for what did she call it? She said so after gym, post gym workout. So it's like a yogurt. She told me to get some granola on there. But yeah, it's not meant to be like a main go-to
meal.
meal. Yeah. So, but I don't think they're bad. I think they've been doing okay. The processed proteins. Do you take any?
I do. I have like a scoop of whey in my baked oats, which is my pre-training.
Okay.
And then I have a yogurt.
Okay. Is
And
it high protein yogurt?
A high protein yogurt.
Yeah. So you're doing like that as well, innit?
Yeah. It's the high protein yogurt, but like everything else is meat, eggs, bacon. Chicken, fish, mince, chili. I'm very boring. I eat the same thing every day as well.
Same as me, man. Only on weekends though. Weekends I might go a bit ham, but most of the time, Monday to Friday, I'm pretty much the same. So yeah.
Right, let me find another question. So, what is the best advice you have received within a health and fitness context?
I can't think of one right now. But since we're talking on food, I'll talk about what my nutritionist said. Well, for me, yeah. So I'll relate it to me. So the best thing she said to me is, okay, you're doing really well at the moment. You just need the extra fuel, just to sometimes to tip you over that little mile to push you a bit further. So I would say that's really great because I do really work hard in the gym. I do. I do all my sets. I do all my, everything. I don't miss out. And I'm now starting to do abs. So I'm proud of myself. So, I'm proud of myself. So when she then said that, it made sense because I don't really think too much about food like that. But at the same time, for both of it to work, you need the good food to fuel you. So I would say, yeah, that's a good advice.
What is the difference you feel when you have a poorly fueled session versus a good fuel? What is the difference to your performance?
You're warming up. Say if you're warming up even on the bar starts to feel heavy. You're like, oh my God.
Oh my God, it's going to be a bad day.
It's going to be a bad day. Do you know what? I'll say something so funny. And this is something that I learned about food as well. So I had deadlifts and I thought, okay, I had a chicken select meal, 5-piece chicken select meal, yeah? I thought I was okay. I thought, that's chicken select meals. Oh my gosh, I had the worst session. And the last week when you think you have a good session, and I'm realising actually it's probably what I've eaten. Didn't really take much into, and to be honest, I didn't take it into account. I just didn't have a chicken select before gym again. But other than that, now I'm realising,
that's a post-workout meal.
It's not the grace, exactly. Yeah, it's a post-workout meal, exactly. So yeah, best advice is about food because just to match my training level.
For sure.
Yeah.
One last one from a question, and I've got a few other powerlifting questions. But how has health and fitness changed your life for the better, but also for the worst?
For the better, I would say, now I'm a bit, oh my gosh. So for example, you see that needs to be that way. I'm kind of that kind of person, I'm very, very much particular. So I would say it's made me way more organized. I don't know why, made me more organized. I have a program that I follow. So because I follow a program, it's taken that organization of following a program, I've applied it to lifestyle. So I don't know, I'm just very, very much organized. So I know even the gym has made me realize, okay, I've got to do things in the rest of the day, so I make it to gym at a certain time. So that's one thing. Another thing is lifting heavy weights in general, lifting anything, pushing anything, any sort of sport, very good for mental health. Very, very good. There's been a lot of situations where, I've had a really bad day, maybe from work or whatever, and I've gone to the gym, and I've got my top set, but now I'm pulling it. I'm gonna pull that because I'm irritated. You've come in and you're taking it and you're pushing it into the weight. I do it all the time. It happens to always fall on deadlift days where I have to use whatever I've gone through and I've put it into that, and it feels really good.
Yeah.
I have the best sessions after. I don't know why I have the best sessions. So whatever I was thinking about before,
Fueled by rage.
Yeah, but it's not all the time. But sometimes I've realised that gym can be that release, And then there's other days where you just go to gym and you have fun. But I've noticed that, okay, I might have a really bad day at work. Oh, don't worry, I'm going gym later. That's how I do it. That's how I feel. So, or if my manager's chatting to me, I'm going to work. I'm going gym later anyway. So I don't really... The stress from other things I don't go bed with it.
No, 100%.
I never go bed with it because by the time I know it, I've released all energy and I've gone to sleep. So that's the really, really positive about gym.
What do you think the negative is, or the worst things that health and fitness have brought out? If there is any.
Let's see.
I guess it doesn't even have to be now. It could be more about your previous experiences.
It can be time consuming. I think being a competitive powerlifter can be time consuming. So trying to fit other things in, or, even to plan things with friends. I love that I've got gym at 6. So, if you can't make it beforehand, unfortunately, it's been tough. And I'm still trying to find the balance. Even, going away, I'm there trying to look through, do they have any gyms there? That's the only thing. So it kind of seems a bit, obsessive, but that's the only negative I have. It can be a bit time consuming. It can take away from your personal life. But if you have balance, which I'm still working on, obviously I live originally in London, so seeing my family, going down to see my friends, I just have to make time. That's the only thing about balance. Yeah. Whereas before, when I wasn't going gym, Friday night I'm out, Yeah. I'm going to have a good time. But now it's like Friday night I've got gym. So there's a change. So
100%.
Yeah.
What are your... So, the last episode I did was all about like goal alignment and like values. What would you say from all of your experiences within the lifting, within the powerlifting, what are your key values now?
Okay.
And what have you taken from powerlifting?
From powerlifting.
Yeah.
One thing I would say I've taken from the sport, and I would say it's applied to life, my life, patience.
Oh, I love that one.
Patience is for me because I am so impatient. And forget powerlifting for a second. In general, if I want something, I want something now. Or my mum can even vouch for this. I'm very much, oh my gosh, I need it now. And it's like I won't stop. But you see, with lifting, coming into the sport, you're realising you're not going to go in there and start pulling the heaviest thing. You have to work for it. You have to take time. You have to go, you have to put time and love into it. So powerlifting has taken patience to a new level for me. So even vice versa, flip it. So even at work, I'm patient. With my personal life at home, I approach things a bit differently because, I don't know, that's one thing that I would say that's the best thing is patience.
And what are your current goals for powerlifting, but also personal?
Okay, personal goals. I'll start with personal goals. So personal goals surrounding fitness and sport is to obviously start up my own podcast, Girls, Balls and Kilos, or Girls Eat Fitness TV. Who knows? But, so start up my own podcast, and that is because I would like to share my own experiences with women that can relate to me. We're all from different areas. We all experience things differently, but I believe that I can provide experience advice to someone that can relate to me. So that's one thing. One thing that I've taken even from that is I don't just want to collect medals. I don't just want to be that person that, all you have to show is what you've done. I want to be able to help others. So whether it's, a lot of people say, oh, you should do personal training, you should be a fitness, whether it's even if it's doing through a podcast or, you through watching, following me, TikTok, whatever it is, I want to be able to give back. That's a main thing for me. I need to do that. And then for powerlifting, it's just to get a bigger total. I do want to touch the big 600. So you're the first to hear it, the public first to hear it. That is a beautiful dream, and at my weight as well. So yeah, those are the two.
What would your... Hello? Oh, are you off? What would you like your 600 to be broken down into?
Oh, okay.
She's like, I've got it already. I envision it every single day. I know what it is, but I'm not ready to announce it. Axel, could you sit down, please?
Axel?
Come here.
Axel, can I actually have some... Axel, can I have some space here, please? Thank you.
Oh no, now he's going to come and sit on the cat.
Um,
Come in, mate. Here.
Axel, man.
Come on then, on your bed. Bed. Thank you.
So what was the question?
How are you going to break down your 600?
Okay. Right. I'm going to give the Arnold 600 total. So it was a 232.5 squat, a 105 bench.
Yeah.
262.5 deadlift. Or we can do it as a 107 bench, 107.5 bench, a 230 squat, and a 260. I hope that's all adding up to 600. Hey,
David's going to bust out his calculator in a minute and check.
I just got my C and left at maths. But yeah, that's what I wanted in Arnold. So that would have been the beautiful 600. And the beauty of that is I have hit them numbers in gym. So
you know you can do it. It's just a case of putting it together on the day.
So yeah, that's the goal there. Hopefully I get that,
Yeah.
Hopefully I do. But yeah.
I just want to say an absolutely massive thank you for joining me. And I'm actually super excited to do yours. But yeah, did you want to add anything else?
Thank you for having me, firstly.
Me and the pets.
Yeah, no, man. Thank you for having me, Axel, man. Thank you. Thank you for having me. But also, I do want to add that, wait, you're a personal trainer, right? Mm-hmm. I want to add, follow Katie's page, check her out. She's amazing. That's one of the reasons why I've decided that I would love to have a chat with you as well. And stay tuned for the next episode.
Over and out.